Recently, the UFC announced that Khabib's third title defense would be against Justin Gaethje on October 24th. New footage has emerged of Khabib training, where he has already started to prepare himself for this next bout. Recently, Khabib mentioned that this training camp will be different for his preparation for Justin Gaethje than his previous bouts. He posted this on his Instagram saying, "This will be hard training. In September we will be together inshallah with Javier Mendez. This preparation will be different from all previous preparations." A 3-round heavyweight bout between Andrei Arlovski vs Tanner Boser has been targeted for a UFC card on October 3rd. Andrei Arlovski is coming off a unanimous decision win over Phillipe Lins, and Tanner Boser is coming off a TKO win over Raphael Pessoa. At UFC Vegas 5, Edmen Shahbazyan lost to Derek Brunson via TKO in the 3rd round. He would release a statement on his Instagram saying, "I'm okay everyone, just need some stitches. Thank you for all your messages. Love you all. Congrats to Dereck Brunson tonight. He did a great job. No excuses. It's the fight game, and I'll be back. Blessed to have the support I have from everyone." Derek Brunson would comment on the post saying, "Thanks for the fight young man. Blessings." Joanne Calderwood lost to Jennifer Maia via armbar in the 1st round. She would release a statement and posted this on her Instagram saying, "Well, that was a rough night at the office. Congratulations to Jennifer Maia. I'm so grateful for my family, friends, and fans that are here to pick me back up in this crazy life we all share. It's a fight. Every day we all fight, but it's not every day it goes our way. Thanks to all the UFC staff, the medics and docs."
Shout out to everybody back in the IE to be exact. Thank y'all for supporting me. I know I look like this, but he look a whole lot worse. Thank you so much. I appreciate and love each and everybody that just supported me. Thank you so much.
Michael Bisping on the Believe You Me podcast speaks on a potential flyweight bout between Deiveson Figueiredo versus Cody Garbrandt.
Cody Garbrandt, Deiveson Figueiredo is the new flyweight champion, and it turns out that Dana White and Cody Garbrandt have been chatting, and Cody Garbrandt has thrown his name into the mix as a potential challenger for Deiveson Figueiredo. He said apparently he sent Dana a screenshot or something of his weight stepping on a scale. Said, "I'm very light. I can make 125." And I got to say, Cody Garbrandt versus Deiveson Figueiredo, that is a fight I would pay to see. I mean, you got two of the hardest hitters for sure. I mean, you remain to see if the punching power that Garbrandt has stays with him at 125. I assume it would. Deiveson Figueiredo's has. He went down to 125 and he hits like a maniac.
Derek Brunson, after his TKO victory over Edmen Shahbazyan, speaks on his performance.
I looked really good tonight. I got the finish, but let's not forget about what this kid done. You know, Tavares is no slouch, and he went out there and just put Tavares away with nasty combos and all his fights. He's just putting people away. So, you know, I'm just believing and trusting in what I've been doing lately, and you know, that made the difference. I'm really elusive about getting hit when I want to, but he was catching me right at the end of the punches. I saw that early that he was going to try to go to the body, but I mean, I was okay with that because he has, you know, really good high kicks. I was kind of expecting that, so he definitely was mixing up a little different than I thought he'd come out. I'm not giving enough respect in this division, you know, and I'm okay with that. You know, I'm okay with earning it. You know, there's been fights when I had the flu. You know, I went to the doctor to, you know, nurse myself back to health, and 5 days later the fight come up. Or we had a hurricane in North Carolina and I was home with the family making sure everything was okay, and I had to fight, you know, 10 days after that. So, and I wasn't training for 2 weeks. But nobody cares about the excuses. But whenever I have a fight, yes, I want to prepare properly and get a full camp in. And the guys down there with Henry Hoof and Sanford MMA, you know, they get me ready for these big fights. It's funny, man. I'm hearing like the media lately just saying, "Oh, they should have stopped the fight," but there would be no such thing as a comeback if they just stop every fight. You know, if guys want to go back, he looked a little defeated in the corner for sure. You know, he hasn't been pushed or tested, but take nothing away from the kid. I mean, he looked great in his other fights. You know, you just had a guy who had a lot of fights, and it's like I had enough of coming out, putting up bad fights and just stinkers. So, you know, I was really locked in for this fight and make sure that I'm out there executing. I don't think MMA should be building. Like, you look at NFL, NBA, if you're good, you play. Like, there's no such thing as, like, MMA needs to stop building fighters up. Like, if you're good enough to fight. You fight whoever is close in the rankings, and you go out there and earn it. You know, there should be no favoritism or, oh, look at him, he's young. Like, yeah, if you're earning your spot, yeah, fight somebody tough. Keep working your way up. He went out there and knocked Tavares out, and Tavares is no joke, you know. So yeah, he earned this fight, you know. And everybody had me getting smoked until I go out here and get a victory. So, man, everybody got to earn their stripe. So he earned the fight, and I went out there and earned the victory. Yeah, it's funny, you know, I've had wars and words with people, but I kind of watched his social media, you know, checked him out, and I actually like the kid, you know. He seemed like a very solid kid, like bubbly kid. He's supporting the Black Lives Matter movement. You know, he seemed like just a overall solid kid, you know. So no trash talk. I know I had to cancel one fight due to a little injury. He didn't say anything negative. He just, you know, focus on himself. So yeah, people like just good people, you want to see them do well, you know. And we clashed today, but I look forward to seeing him do well in the future. Hey, it's always like that, you know. I mean, I just spoil some parties, you know. So when people a little, you know, I'm not saying nobody really. It's funny because nobody's really set up in MMA. It's like, okay, I fought him because I wasn't getting it done against the top, so I'm still ranked. I'm good enough at my age to still be ranked. He was surging, so boom, perfect matchup. So they had a lot of hype behind him and expect a lot from him, and when it didn't go his way, maybe Dana Vision a little clouded right now, you know, and deservedly so. I mean, they were expecting a lot of big things from him. You know, that's Ronda Rousey's golden boy, so yeah, it is what it is. There's a lot of good fights to make, you know. Cannonier Whitaker, that's a good fight, you know. Try to come up on the winner of that fight. You got Darren Till, I know he just lost, but he has a huge name. Got the BMF belt. A lot of things, you know. I want big fights. I want to go out here and prepare and get in these big fights.
Dana White, the post-fight press conference, gives his thoughts on the main event.
Yeah, no, he looked awesome tonight, man. Listen, he came in against a young, up-and-coming Savage that wanted to be, you know, the youngest champion ever, and he did what he needed to do tonight. It looked good. Listen, he's had some ups and downs in his career, and you know, tonight he came in prepared and fought the way that he needed to fight and did what he needed to do. He was in great shape, kept the pressure on him, you know, used his experience, and I believe used his wrestling the way he used to use his wrestling, you know, when he first came into the UFC. I mean, Shahbazyan looked like he was out at the end of that round, you know. I think that the doctor could have stopped. First of all, the doctor's obviously inexperienced, you know. I don't know anything about the doctor, but I haven't seen him before. You got Brunson, who ends that round strong. Many could argue that fight could have been stopped right there at the end of the round. I'm sure the ref thought the guy would have time to go back. What you don't do is talk to the guy for 10 minutes while he's hurt. You know what I mean? Either stop the fight or let him continue, but go. You know, you're letting the kid recover while you got Brunson, who just did that work, and he's waiting for the bell to ring so that he can go in and finish the fight. Pull the trigger one way or the other, stop the fight or don't. No, I wasn't disappointed. He's going in against, listen, everybody knew, no matter what the odds said, he's going in against an experienced guy. I mean, you know, you're going to, Brunson's fought everybody. Shahbazyan hasn't fought everybody. And this is where you find out where a guy's at tonight. You put him in against a guy like Dereck Brunson. I think Brunson got hit with some good shots tonight, and I think Brunson was in shape. He was definitely in shape tonight, wrestled a lot, and he ate some big shots in that first round. You're going to have to ask him that, though. I didn't get hit with him. He did. I think the kid is good. Listen, I'm taking anything away from Brunson, but he looked like he gassed out in that second round. But you got to credit Brunson for that too. I think that Brunson mixed up his striking and his wrestling tonight like he used to, and he also came in great shape. You know, he definitely came in better shape than Shahbazyan did.
Hey, Show. Countdown do UFC imperdível do próximo campeão, Borrachinho. Próximo campeão.